Today's video is sponsored by the good folks at Reach.me, a new video response platform that allows you to get a private and confidential video message from your favorite YouTuber or influencer answering your personal question or problem. You can find my profile over at reach.me/Richard Cooper or download the iOS application. All you have to do is smash the Reach Me button, type in your question in this box over here, plug in your credit card information, and boom, you get your response when you send the request. Enjoy today's video.
All right, what is up, my brothers from another mother and the rational sisters from another mister out there? I've had a few requests from you guys to do a video on parenting kids when you're divorced. I've done coaching calls with quite a few guys on the subject as well, where they're looking for some best tips, and a lot of times they're stuck on stuff where they've got a bad parenting relationship with their ex-wife. Everybody's scenario is different, so I really can't explain everything in full detail, but let me go over some of the top tips that I've got for you. Hopefully you get some use out of it. If you need further coaching, you can always book my time on Clarity for one-on-one phone coaching. Links are always in the description below. So the first thing you need to understand is just as you no longer work for her, she no longer works for you anymore, guys. You can't impose your beliefs, your will, or anything on her. Try to motivate her in any way that's not relevant to the best interest of the kids. I remember I had a long coaching call one time with a guy who had difficulty getting his head around the fact that he couldn't control his ex-wife. Some of the choices that she was making that were getting her really bad results. He was basically trying to influence her belief system to change the way that she would behave, which is really not even possible. So the first thing I want you to understand is stop trying to change her behavior or change the way in which she makes her daily choices and behaviors. It's just not going to work out well for you. Let's just put it that way. You do want to focus on what's in the best interest of the child or children. Make every conversation, every choice, every discussion be around what's in the best interest for the kid when it comes to, it could be anything from birthday parties to extracurriculars to vacation to anything like that. You don't want to create problems where they don't need to be created. I mean, at the end of the day, fellas and ladies, if you're watching this, you're going to be having a long-term relationship with this other person for realistically the rest of your natural born life. I mean, even though the kids or children will end up moving out and being on their own, you're still going to end up parenting together, dealing with grandkids, on a much lower basis or scale later on in life. But you guys are always going to be in communication at some point. So why complicate? Why make things difficult when it's not necessary? Okay, you want to try to keep it as simple as possible. Now, the other thing that can sometimes happen, and I've talked to other guys about this part too, is you can end up in a scenario where you've got an ex-wife that is trying to impose her beliefs and will on you. And, again, the kind of flip side of that sort of thing also exists too, where you want to only respond to matters that have to deal with the best interest of the child or children. What you do with your spare time, what car you're driving, what you paid for it, who you're dating. None of that is any of her business. You want to keep her at length where it's only relevant to, again, parenting the kids. So those are the top tips in that sense when it comes to dealing with your ex. Again, everybody's scenario is very different, and it changes. It's almost like it's a moving target. It's never going to be the same in your kid's 5th birthday versus their 15th birthday. It's just going to change. So if you're stuck on anything or you need any help, again, feel free to book my time. We can talk one-on-one. I want to help you now with stuff when it comes to parenting the kids on that more specific level. Because there's certain things that you're going to want to do, because some parents really suck at it. There's some parents that just helicopter the crap out of their kids and they baby them all the time, and that's completely unnecessary, and it creates nearly useless children in society. So stop babying them, let them fall down and scrape their knees. You want to protect them, of course, from making dumb choices like breaking their bones and exposing themselves to unnecessary risks. But helicopter parenting over them all the time, is everything okay, and all the time, you got to stop that. Don't be their friend, be their frickin' parent. Put your foot down and be an adult and be a parent. For you guys watching this, which is from where most of the requests have come, If you've got boys, you want to show them how to grow up to be a strong, adult, virtuous male role model, the alpha. If you've got girls, you of course want to demonstrate the kind of man that they're going to want to grow up and be with. Children watch more of what you do and listen to less of what you say. That's just their default programming. It's just the way that they operate. So always be aware of your actions, because they're going to be watching, you know. I remember somebody once told me a long time ago, you know, I was working really hard at something to try to get it done, and I almost quit, and then he realized who was watching at the time, and it was his children watching him trying to solve the problem. So, you know, pay heed to the fact that it's not so much what you say and what you promise and the stuff like that. It's what you're doing, and don't try to buy their love or their attention with trinkets, with gifts, things like that. You know, one mistake that I notice a lot of parents tend to make when it comes to raising their kids and they're divorced or separated and they have a shared parenting arrangement is they tend to overcompensate around, you know, holidays, Christmases, birthdays, and things like that. Or, you know, they shower them with unnecessary gifts and they spoil the children. And I've seen a stark contrast, you know, between spoiled kids and kids that have had to work for the things that they've earned in life. And there's a big difference. So don't go out there spoiling your kids. You know, maybe you feel guilty because of the divorce or separation, or one of you left the other, and you try to shower them with trinkets and gifts. You know, let them earn their keep. One of the cool tips I got from a business coach at one point when we were having dinner, this is kind of after our coaching program had ended and we'd become friends. We met up at a conference. We were talking about our kids and raising them. And he gave me this really good tip. You know, a lot of parents give their kids gifts a lot of the times, or allowances, so to speak. And rather than giving them X amount of dollars per week or per month to spend as they choose, you want to encourage children to solve problems. You want to encourage children to think outside of the box. The problem with, or one of the problems with children today is they're spoon-fed everything. You know, you hear a lot of complaints about millennials and the snowflakes and the special snowflakes, and everybody gets a participation ribbon in the sports. Make them work for stuff. The tip that he gave me was, rather than giving them the allowance, have them go around the house and look for jobs that need to be done. So it makes them think, do the leaves need to get raked? Does the lawn need to get cut? Does the dishwasher need to be emptied? Things like that. Does a bathroom need to get cleaned if you don't have a cleaning lady? And have them go around the house looking for tasks or jobs that need to get done, and then say, come and see me when you've found a list of things that need to get done, chores. Okay, so it has them think, has them look for things to solve problems, and then have them negotiate a price with you. So it teaches them two things. One, out of the box thinking, looking for problems to solve, and two, negotiation skills. So once you've negotiated a price, you know, there you go. A lot of guys that I've talked to, they're like, this is great, I can get child labor for cheap now. Okay, that's one way to look at it, but I hope that some of those tips helped and shed some light. I'll give you one more before I wrap it up. A friend of mine, Jim Shields, he runs this event called Board Meetings for Kids. It's done in Florida, and what he does is he basically holds these events over a few days where a parent and a child is taught how to surf together, and they kind of connect and bond that way. And he structured this to bond with his children. I'm gonna have to refuse that call while I'm doing this video. And he structured it so that he could bond with his children because he's so busy with work. He's also an entrepreneur. So I think it's either every other Friday night with one of the kids. So once a month, he does this kind of like a date night. You know, you can call it a daddy-daughter date night, or, you know, something with your boys or something like that. But he does this night where it's basically roughly 4 to 6 hours together. And what the children do is they pick the event, something that they want to do. Usually involves dinner. So they have a sit-down dinner. Make sure you turn this off or leave it in the car, but keep it out of sight. You don't want to be distracted. You want to be fully focused on, you know, your night out or your event with your child or children if you're going to do them together at the same time. And you basically get into their head, you know, you have conversations. How was your week? What went well? What didn't go well? For crying out loud. Hold on a second. You want to be able to take them out and develop a good, strong relationship, a good, strong bond with them, and have conversations around how, you know, what was your week, what went well, what didn't go well, you just talk about life, and then you do something that they want. They might want to watch a movie. When my child was younger, she wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese. When she got older, it's movies. When she was younger, it was petting zoo. So it really depends on what it is that they're interested in. If you got boys, it might be fishing, it might be mountain biking. Whatever it is they want to do, you go into their world and you hang out with them and do what it is that they like, that they want to do, okay? Hope that video helps. I'm going to wrap it up before I ramble too long. Leave a comment below. If you have any special requests for video, also you can leave that below. Smash the like button. If you need coaching on something, gentlemen, you can book my time. Either clarity.fm will get you one-on-one phone coaching, or you can make a video request for me to respond to by writing a long form sort of message at reach.me. Links for both below. Thanks for checking out the video. Have an amazing day. Peace.